Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Physics Safari. I hope you guys are doing good and studying well. Well, in today's lesson, I'm going to talk about the displacement in nth second. Followed by that, I'm going to teach you how to understand variable acceleration and how to deal the questions based on that. ठीक है जी? चलो, then let's start. As you can see, I've already written displacement in nth second. First of all, understand the meaning of this word nth second. इसका थोड़ा समझते हैं पहले. Let's say I have a body which is moving. So let's say this is at time t is equals to 0, the body is here. Now, in 1 second, let's say the body has come here. So in 1 second, the body is here. In the next second, that is in time t is equal to 2 seconds, the body is here. Likewise, let's say in n minus 1 second, the body is here. And in nth second, the body is here. Let's say n second. Well, you must understand that this distance, this displacement I would say, it's said to be the displacement in first second. This is said to be in the second, and so on, so on, so on. So this displacement ideally should be called as what? Displacement in nth second. Let's say for example, this is 9 second, this is your 10 second, and so on, so on, so on. This is your 0 second. So if I'm starting from 0, this is going to be your first second displacement and so on. Now one common myth that floats around is that the time has to be the integral value. Well, absolutely wrong. There's nothing as such constraint over the time. It could also have been 8.6 second, and this can be 9.6 second. It could be any decimal number. What is important that the difference between these two has to be 1 second. Well, that is important. Not that time cannot be decimal. ऐसा कोई constraint नहीं है. All good जी? The only thing is that the distance, like the time gap should be 1 second. ये 1 second होना चाहिए, and everything could be possible. Everything could be done. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Since I'm here to find the displacement in the nth second, that means over here, and I would like to underline the word displacement. So we're talking about the displacement, we are not talking about the distance over here. So बच्चे लोग, please do not get confused with distance and displacement. This thing which we're gonna learn now is gonna be all about the displacement. So confuse नहीं होना. अच्छी बात है. Now the displacement in this nth second could be easily found as getting the displacement in n second minus the displacement in n minus 1 second. If I could do that, I think that should be enough, right? That should be all what we need to find. So displacement in nth second, displacement in nth second should be displacement in n second minus the displacement in n minus 1 second. है ना जी? तो चलो ठीक है, लिख लेते हैं फटाफट. This should be how much? Ut plus half at square. So t will be n. So here we have un plus half an square. There's nothing wrong over here. Negative n minus 1 second. So you have to be slightly careful over here with the bracket. Don't mess up with the bracket. So let me put a curly bracket over here. Ut plus half a t is how much? N minus 1 whole square. यहाँ पे गलत नहीं होना अपने को, है ना? Let us simplify this. It should be 1 upon 2 an square minus, keep the curly bracket on. It should be how much? Un minus u plus 1 upon 2 a, and if I just open it up, it should be n square minus 2n plus 1, right? So इसको मैं simplify इधर ही कर दे रहा हूँ. So that should be how much? Let's save some time. An square negative. 2 would get cancelled. I should be having what? An plus 1 upon 2a. 1 upon 2a. Now come to this one. Finally, we can open all the brackets. So we will be having un plus half n square minus un minus minus plus u negative plus going to be negative half a n square. Negative times negative going to be plus an. Negative times positive is going to be negative 1 upon 2a. Let us see if something is getting cancelled. कुछ cancel हो रहा है क्या? I believe cancelled. This one should also be cancelled. I believe that is it. Nothing more could be cancelled after it. So we should be having what? U plus, if I look at these two terms and try to take something common, if I take 1 upon 2 a times common, I should be having how much? Here we should have 2n minus 1. So this is your displacement in nth second. Formulae yaad kar lo. You must remember it. So displacement in nth second should be given as u plus a upon 2 2n minus 1. रात के 3 बजे भी याद होना चाहिए because I'm making this video at 3:30 am. So make sure you do remember this. ठीक है? Simple concept but important concept. You will be getting the direct question on this, maybe in the board exams or in the NEET exams. Of course not in the JEE, but this should be known for this could be used in a part of the question. चलो कुछ question करते हैं, simple सा question करते हैं. Let's try one question. I believe you guys have noted it down. If not, pause the video and note it down. Now, there are going to be several practice questions in your book. You can refer to that. I'm sure everyone must be having the book. Maybe you can refer SL Aurora to solve some questions of this topic. And in general, also you can refer SL Aurora if you're looking for the subordinates board exams. And it also has competitive section. So it contains good amount of questions, SL Aurora. If you want to go further, of course, we have several other books, H.C. Verma, B.M. Sharma and stuff like that. You can try that. Anyways, let us see a question. एक question हम लोग करते हैं. Maybe example 1. Let's say a body is falling from a certain cliff. A body falls from certain cliff of, let's suppose the height of this cliff is h. Now, it is given that in last second, body travels 15 meter. Body travels 15 meter. Find the height of the cliff. Find the height of cliff. अपने को height निकालना है जी. The only information which you have is it has been dropped. So since it is dropped, its initial speed velocity has to be 0, and it is covering 15 meter in the last second of its journey. It is capable of covering 15 meter. ठीक है ना जी? Do one thing. You can pause the video, try this time, and once you're done, unpause the video and check out the solution which I'm going to do right now on the screen. So, last second, it travels how much? So, in the last second, we know displacement in nth second is how much? Your u plus a upon 2 times 2n minus 1. I do not have the value of n. Rest everything is known to me. Rest everything is known to me. How much is displacement in the last second? 15. What is the initial velocity? 0. What is the acceleration due to gravity? So when you write negative over here, make sure you do write minus. The reason being, it's traveling in the downward direction. Right? So if you write negative 10 upon 2, make sure to put the bracket, and we have 2n minus 1. Alright then. Now, so this gives you how much? Negative 15 equals negative 5 times of 2n minus 1. So negative would get cancelled. 5 times this is going to be cancelled. So 2n should be equals to 4. That means n is equals to how much? 2 seconds. What is n? N is the total time of the flight. Since the time of the flight is known to you, which is 2 seconds, so the body takes 2 seconds to drop from here to here. What else do we need now? We know that h is equals to what? Ut plus, if it is under the gravity, let's say minus half gt square. H, I have no idea. This part is 0, negative half. This is going to be how much? 10. Already I have taken the minus. So 10. T is how much? 2. 2 square is 4. That would be cancelled. It means height of the cliff is how much? 20 meter. We are done. We are sorted with this. Clear enough? So in this kind of questions, what you need to do, you have to remember this. If you remember this, your job would be easy. If you do not, you will be in severe trouble. Okay? Great. तो याद कर लेना फॉर्मूले. चलो. एक और करते हैं. Let us do one more easy question because there is no much difficulty over here in this category. कुछ ज़्यादा difficulty इसमें होता नहीं है, तो अपने काम को उतना चीज़ ज़्यादा है नहीं. फिर भी एक लेते हैं ऐसा कुछ ना कि एक नंबर 2 कर लेते हैं. So basically there is a body which travels, let's say एक body है which travels for let's say 10 meter. This distance is let's say 10 meter. And time it takes is let's suppose 5 seconds. If 5 seconds पर वो travel करता है. And it travels next 10 meter it travels in let's say just 3 seconds. वो 3 seconds में ही वो it covers the next 10 meter. Now my question to you is, how much distance would it cover in the next last 2 minutes? I am giving you last 2 seconds, sorry. How much distance or displacement you can say would it travel in the last 2 seconds? Now you can again pause the video and try and get it done. So first 5 seconds travels 10 meter, next 3 seconds it travels again 10 meter, and we are looking to find how much would it travel in the last 2 seconds. Okay जी, चलिए. Now you can pause the video, you can try कर लो, and then we're going to do it together. हम लोग साथ में करेंगे. All good? ठीक है जी, हो गया, बढ़िया. Now let us see. Initial velocity कुछ मान लो इसका. Having initial velocity u and the acceleration is a. And let's say it's both in the same direction. दोनों same direction में. Now in the first 5 seconds, what is the distance? So we're going to use 10 equals to s is equals to ut plus half at square. So ut is how much? 5 plus half a times 25. अपने के इक्वेशन तो यहाँ से मिल गया, रहने दो. From here, what is the equation? Time is 3 seconds, displacement is this. But at this point, I have no idea how much is the velocity. तो मुश्किल होगा, क्यों पंगा ले हम लोग है ना. तो let's not get into this part. What we can do is, in 8 second, how much is the displacement? 10 plus 10, 20 meter. Let us count on this, rather going individually for this. The reason being why I'm not going with that method, I need to find the v, because I have no idea about the initial speed at this particular point of time. तो अपने को ये पंगा हो जाएगा उसमें. So let us not go into that zone. इधर से कर लेते हैं. So let's suppose how much time is 8 seconds, displacement is 20. So 20 equals 8 times u plus 1 upon 2 times of a. 8 square is 64. Now since we have two variables u and a, I have two equations. Easily we can do it. हम लोग आराम से काम कर सकते हैं ना. तो ठीक है, देख लो जैसे भी करना आपको. 5u, 8u. There is a various way to do the elimination. मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ? I'm going to multiply this entire thing by 8 and I'm going to multiply this entire thing by 5. है ना जी? तो if I do that, देखो क्या मिलता है अपने को? 8 times 10. Maybe we can do this. 100 equals to 40u plus this is going to be how much? 5 ना? Okay, तो अच्छा खासा multiple हो जाएगा जी. 5 times 4 20, 30 plus 2 32 upon 2. अच्छा चलो हटाओ इसको. 160 हो गया ना, हटाओ इसको. This is how much? 160. इधर ही कैंसिल कर सकते थे. 32 160. If you look at this one, that should be how much? 80 equals 8 times 5 40. So 40 times of u. अब भाई साहब कितना हो गया आपका? 25 times 8 आपका हो जाएगा 200 हो गया है ना. So 200 upon 2. So that again is going to be how much? 100. ये आपका हो गया जी 100. Subtract कर दो. Let us subtract it, and if that would give you how much? 20 equals, this part will be gone. Okay, so we have missed this a. मजा ही आ रहा था अभी तो. This is going to be how much? 60a. So that means a should be how much? 1 upon 3 meter per second square. So अपने को a value तो मिल गया जी. A is equals to 1 upon 3 meter per second square. What do we need now? I need to know the displacement in the last 2 seconds. तो ठीक है, यहाँ से निकाल लेंगे. अब a मिल गया तो I can find the u also. Let us put anywhere and get the value of u. चलो इधर put कर लेते हैं. You can put here to get the value of u. So 20 equals how much? 8u plus 32 times of a. So we should be having how much? 8u is equals to 20 minus 32. A is how much? 1 upon 3. Weird values आ रहा है, but कोई नहीं, क्या दिक्कत है, कर लेते हैं इसको भी. चलिए ठीक है, so this is going to be how much? 60 minus 32 upon 3, that is going to be 8u. So u should be how much? आपका हो गया 28 upon 3 times of 1 upon 8, है ना, सही है. So 4 times 2, 4 times 7, so we are getting some 7 upon 6 meter per second is the initial velocity. अब निकाल लो जी लास्ट टाइम पे कितना डिस्टेंस इसका होगा, displacement in the last 2 seconds. So in 8 I know which is 20. 10 में निकाल लेंगे जी, figure out the displacement in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds displacement should be how much? ut plus half at square. ut आपको दे रखा है 7 upon 6 time 10 plus 1 upon 2 is how much? 1 upon 3 half at square. t is 10 का square, 100 कर दो जी. That should be your 3, ये हो गया भाई 5, 35 upon 3, बड़ा है weird नंबर आ रहा है, ये आपका हो गया 50 upon 3, 100 by 2 50, कितना हो गया 85 upon 3. That should be displacement, which should be around how much? So something 28 point, कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं ट्रेवल कर लेना in the last 2 seconds. Okay, so that should be your answer. All good. So the displacement in the last 2 seconds should be 85 by 3. कैलकुलेशंस देख लेना, मास्टर ने कहीं गलत तो नहीं किया ना, कुछ चेक कर लेना, ठीक है जी. कॉन्सेप्ट विल बी सेम, द कॉन्सेप्ट इज नॉट गोना बी चेंज, इट्स नॉट गोना बी डिफरेंट. मे बी कैलकुलेशंस एक बार देख लेना. चलो, सो दैट इज ऑल अबाउट डिस्प्लेसमेंट इन nth सेकंड. ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, यू कैन इजीली डू इट, यू नो, यू कैन जस्ट प्रैक्टिस 4-5 क्वेश्चंस कर लो. आई थिंक दैट शुड बी इनफ फॉर दिस टॉपिक. नाउ लेट अस मूव इनटू द वेरिएबल एक्सेलरेशन. थोड़ा सा हम लोग बात करते हैं वेरिएबल एक्सेलरेशन का. Now the things whatever we have done so far was based on the constant acceleration. अभी थोड़ा बात करेंगे हम लोग variable acceleration का. Now that's going to be helpful to you in various equation. तो एक बात समझते हैं, when can the acceleration be a variable? How would we get to know that if it is variable or not? Like for example, if I say a body is moving at a constant acceleration of 2 meter per second square, it means it is a fundamentally constant. It is not going to change over the period of time. It is not going to change with the position, as well as it is not going to change with the velocity. So we have 3 parameters which can decide whether the acceleration is a constant or a variable. बात समझ में आ रही है? Over the period of time, if it is not changing, it means it's constant. Over the displacement, over the position, it is not changing, it means it is a constant. And with the velocity change, if it is not changing, it's a constant. So clear सा fundamental understanding जो अपने को मिल रहा है कि acceleration, चलो लिख लेते हैं variable acceleration, variable A. If acceleration is a function of time, that implies it is a variable acceleration. That implies it is a variable acceleration. Time के साथ change हो रहा है. Simply it means variable. If A is a function of displacement, that also means the same. It is a variable acceleration. Agar A is a function of your velocity, that also means that it is a variable acceleration. यही 3 cases हैं. These are the only 3 cases in which the acceleration could be a variable one. चलो ठीक है, मान लिया variable है. Then how to deal with these variable acceleration? क्या क्या कर सकते हैं? What are the things that we need to do? Simple सी बात है. The equation of motions will not be valid with the variable acceleration. जो भी हमने पढ़ा है, v is equals to u plus at, s is equals to ut plus half at square, v square minus c square is equals to 2as. ये सारे यहाँ पे valid नहीं होंगे. These will not be valid over here in the case of variable acceleration. Then what will be valid? Of course, if these are not valid, of course we need to know what's going to be the valid one. तो इसमें only 2 things would be valid, which you have to use. The first thing is that, so valid relation in the variable acceleration. The first one is acceleration is rate of change of velocity. पहली बात तो ये, this is going to be valid. This is how it's going to be solving the questions on certain equation. Second thing, जब को मैंने बताया था in the first lesson or maybe the second video lesson, that acceleration could also be written as v dv upon dx. Very, very useful. These two gonna be your savior in this topic. Now, क्वेश्चन से समझाता हूँ, यू नो आई वुड ट्राई टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड विद द क्वेश्चन, ज्यादा अच्छे से समझ में आएगा. बट बिफोर दैट यू मस्ट नो दैट पूरे काइनेमेटिक्स में, इन एंटायर काइनेमेटिक्स, what are the parameters, what are the variables we have? We have displacement, let's say maybe you can say s, we have velocity, we have acceleration, and we have time. These are the four variables in kinematics. These are the only four variables in kinematics. यही है. And the entire game is around this only. सारा खेल इसी के चक्कर में. अब क्या है वो मैं बताता हूँ, देखो. So what are the relations, what are the things that could be formed? How the relations would be given to you, and what would they expect you to, transform those relations? They might give you ST graph, like ST relation दे दिया, ST दे दिया, and they can also have what are the other relations we can have? We can have ST, we can have VT, we can have AT. We also can have SA, VA relations we can have, or we can have SV relation. So overall we have 6 relations only. In reality we have only these 6 relations. यही अपने पास है, 6 relations we have in reality. But you must know that from these 6 relations we can form 30 relations. हमारे पास पूरे 30 relations इससे आ सकते हैं. तुम्हारे ST, VT, SV, AV जो भी है. In some of the books, or maybe नहीं भी हो तो हम normally हम लोग इसको use करते हैं. XT is a more popular terminology that we use. तो ऐसा करते हैं ना, instead of S, just for this particular case, let me write X. तो सारे को मैं X कर देता हूँ, थोड़ा समझने में आप लोगों को convenient होगा, as in कि you will find it more familiar. You will be able to relate properly. हम लोग mostly what we do, XT, UT, VT यही सब discuss करते हैं. तो let us take X over here instead of S. Now see this, what they're going to give you. They would be giving you XT and then might ask you to find VT relation. चलो भाई XT दे दिया, VT निकालो. So likewise we can have 30 relations. मैं लिख दूं क्या आप लोग के लिए? चलो मैं लिख के दिखाता हूँ. What could be the possible relation जो अपने को इस टॉपिक में पढ़ना है, that we should know. मैं देखो मैं आपके सामने लिखता हूँ, ध्यान से देखना है इसको. They can give you, this wire. Okay, now let's say they would be giving you XT relation and they would ask you to transform this to VT relation. They can also give you XT relation and they can ask you to transform it to AT relation. XT दे रखा होगा अपने को, maybe हटा इसको, AT हो गया. XA we have to find. They would be giving you XT. They might ask you to find VA. They will be giving you XT and they might ask you to find what? XV relation. कितने हो गए? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 है ना. अब देखो, they might give you VT relation and they can ask you to find AT relation. They can also give you VT and they would ask you to find what? करते जाओ मेरे साथ. Keep writing. They will have VT. They will ask you to find VA. पूछ देगा VA. They can give you VT and they can ask you to find XV. Also, they can give you what? चलो इसको मैं थोड़ा segregate कर देता हूँ for your understanding. They can give you AT relation. AT दे दिया and they can ask you YT. They can ask you to find X है ना, everyone. You could follow that, right? They can give you AT relation और क्या पूछ देगा जी? VA पूछ देगा. चलो भैया VA बता दो. Also, they can give you, इधर ही लिख लेते हैं जी. AT दे दिया and they can ask you to find what? XV निकालो. लो जी, XV निकालो. इतना रिलेशन इससे मिल जाएगा अपने को. AT हो गया ना. अब देखो XA. They can give you XA relation and they would ask you to find what? VA निकालो जी. They can also give you XA, बोल देगा चलो जी निकालो आपका XV. अभी देखो, अभी आपका दे देगा VA, बोलेगा चलो XV निकालो. कितने हो गए देखो तो? 5 here, 4 here, 3 here, 2 here, 1. 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 12, plus 2 14, 1 15. तो अभी तो है जी 15. आपने बोला था कि सर 30 होता है. अरे कोई बात नहीं. If it is 15, रिवर्स भी तो हो सकता है जी. What I mean to say is they can give you what? They can give you VT relation and they would ask you to write it in terms of XT. So likewise हर एक 15 के साथ will be having extra 2. तो overall we can have 30 such relation. बात पल्ले पड़े जी all of you. We can have 30 relations over here. किसी को कोई doubt? Any doubt anyone has? कोई दिक्कत? So इसको लिख लो, note it down. So basically this entire kinematics और बाद में use होगा, I will also be using in the later part कि पूरे relations यही है. These are the only 30 relations which could be done. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. All good. चलो कुछ example करवाता हूँ. Maybe that would be helpful to you. कुछ examples करते हैं. Let's see. Let us do some examples. इसको हटा दो, इतना काफी है. Let's say if I give you that example, v is equals to 2x. So basically what we have, velocity and the displacement का अपने पास relation है. They might ask you find AT relation, that is find acceleration in terms of time. Find the acceleration in terms of time. So they have given you what? They have given you Vx. चाहिए क्या मेरे को? AT चाहिए. They have given you Vx और AT चाहिए. Now I have to get V in terms of A और X को T के terms में अपने को change करना है जी, ऐसा कुछ करना है. देखो कोई मुश्किल काम नहीं है. V could be written as what? dx upon dt and let it be x को एक तरफ कर दो, t को एक तरफ कर दो. It should be having what? 1 upon x dx, that should be 2 dt. Now let us integrate. कहाँ से कहाँ तक? From 0 to x and 0 to t. You can have the different limit जो भी आपकी मर्जी कर सकते हो, but normally we can choose to have 0 to x, है ना? This is going to be how much? ln x and this is going to be 2t. Now I have reduced this one to xt. If they could have asked you, Vx is given, if they would have asked you कि भैया Vx दे रखा है, मेरे को xt दो, give me relation of xt, बस हो गया था. This was answer. But पूछा क्या है? at, x to a double differentiation, x to a double differentiation, है ना? तो before that let us first write x is equals to e to the power of 2t. कोई बुरी बात नहीं है ना? No big deal. Let us differentiate this. So what should be having? dx upon dt, that is going to be 2 times e to the power of 2t. dx by dt is what? Velocity. एक बारी और differentiate करेंगे, then we'll get the acceleration. कहानी खत्म, at मिल जाएगा अपने को. So let us differentiate one more time. So dx square x upon dt square, that should give you what? 4 e to the power of 2t, and this is nothing but your acceleration. So that should be 4 times e to the power of 2t. बल्ले बल्ले मिल गया ना जी, है ना? Any doubts anyone has in this one? लिख लो उसको, note it down. Then we'll do few quick more numericals. देखो इसमें ऐसे करने के लिए we can have plenty of it. I'm just going to show you a couple of them, or else we can have plenty. पूरा का पूरा कर सकते हैं, जितना चाहो उतना कर सकते हैं इसमें ना. We can do a lot of this. चलो इसको भी हटा देते हैं. Let us remove this also. थोड़ा जगह अपने को मिल जाएगा. We'll get some more place, है ना जी? अच्छा एक और एग्जांपल देखते हैं. Suppose x is equal to ले रखा हमने t square minus 2t plus 1. तो we have what? xt relation is given to you. और मैं बोल दूं भैया कि ठीक है चलो xt is given to you, xt relation is given to you. मैंने बोल दिया कि vx निकालो. Find the relation between v and x. Find vx, that is velocity in terms of x. So sometimes you might see the question written in this format. Find velocity at x is equals to 2 meter. अब क्या करोगे जी? If they ask you find the velocity at x equals to 2 meter, it clearly means by log I have to first convert this into vx form, relation between v and x. Once I could do that, I can easily find the velocity, at any given position. हम दिख रहा है ना स्क्रीन में? We can find velocity at any given position. देखो कोई मुश्किल बात तो यहाँ पे भी नहीं है ना? सेम चीज हम लोग फिर से अप्लाई करेंगे. देखो x is given, इसको डिफरेंशिएट कर दो जी. पहली बात तो है क्योंकि और कुछ आप वहां पे कर भी नहीं सकते हो, तो dx by dt कर दो, क्या हो गया? 2t minus 2. And now after doing this, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get velocity, that will be how much? 2t minus 2. But I want to find, I just want to find what? Vx. थोड़ा पंगा है जी. How could we relate v and x? कैसे लाएंगे v and x का relation? We have vt. So this could also be one of the question. Vt is given, find vx. So as I told you, we can have plenty of questions as such. What you need to know is you can apply a is equals to dv upon dt. Also a is equals to v dv by dx. If you could make some synchronizations among these two things and this given format, you will be able to do it. है ना जी? कर लोगे आप. देखते हैं इसको. तो first of all I have v and t. आई एम लुकिंग फॉर व्हाट v and x. तो v and x को कौन सा रिलेशन करता है? a equals to dv upon v times dv upon dx. तो first of all I want to get a. How I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna differentiate this for one more time. इसको फटाफट एक बार और कर लेते हैं जी. So what I've got, a is equals to 2. Okay, but am I looking for a? No, I'm looking for the relation of v and x. A is what? Could I just write this as a is equals to v dv upon dx? हाँ, देखो मेरा काम बन गया जी. I got what I was looking for, you know. So what do we have? V dv is equals to 2 dx. Now what else? Integrate this. So this should be how much? V square upon 2 is equals to 2 times of x. That means v square is equals to 4x. Now what was the question? Relation of vx. I've got it. If they ask me to find the velocity at x equals to 2 meter, I can easily do that. Since ये बड़ा अच्छा लिखने वाला हो गया ना. Since v square is equals to sort of 4 times of x, so at x is equals to 2 meter, the velocity square should be 4 times of 2, and that means velocity should be how much? Root of it, चाहो तो थोड़ा सा मैथ्स और दिखा दो. v is equals to 2 root 2 meter per second. और क्या इंच है जी, है ना? ये मार्कर खत्म हो रहा लगता है. That should be how much? v is equals to 2 root खुल जा सिम 2 root 2 times of x. कोई दिक्कत इसमें? I believe all of you okay with this, है ना? चलो pause the video, note it down, थोड़ा रफ्तार में और करते हैं. Let us do a couple of more question. मैंने दिया आपको a is equals to v square. ab का रिलेशन I've given you the relation of ab. अब मुझे क्या चाहिए जी? ab दे दिया मेरे को. I want relation of velocity and the displacement. I want vx चाहिए मेरे को. करके देखो. Pause the video. Try it को. Try. Pause the video and give it a try. Meanwhile मैं थोड़ा इसको साफ कर लेता हूँ. I would just clean it down. हाँ जी, हो गया आप लोग का? I'm sure you must have given it a try. अब थोड़ा इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. a is given v स्क्वायर के टर्म्स में. I want vx. How I can find v and x वाला रिलेशन? कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं है. a is what? dv upon dx. That is going to be v square. Bring it this side. I'll be having 1 upon v. dv is equals to dx. Integrate कर दो जी. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. It's going to be how much? Log of v. This is going to be x. v चाहिए. That's going to be how much? e to the power of x. बल्ले बल्ले खत्म. Game over. एक और करो. चलो. Let's say if I give you a is equals to 2 times of t. 80 रिलेशन दे रखा मैंने. 80 रिलेशन I have given you. तो चलो यहाँ पे हमने निकाला था vx ना. एक काम करो. 80 is given. Find vt निकाल लो. चलो. 80 is given. Find vt. सिंपल है. इजी है. इजिली कर लोगे आप लोग. कोई मुश्किल वाला बात नहीं है. 80 is given. Find vt. Do it. It is given. Find your vt. ठीक है. चलो. I'm sure you guys must have given a try to this one. Okay. A is what? This one. What is a? A is equals to dv by dt. बड़ा सिंपल था जी, है ना? तो 2t हो गया. So dv should be how much? 2t dt. भाई लोग इंटीग्रेट कर लो इसको. We should be having what? v 2d square upon 2. खत्म कहानी. सर क्या ही देते हो? What kind of question do you give? चलो ठीक है. ये अपने को मिल गया जी. चलो एक और करते हैं. We can get the value for this. एक और कर लेते हैं. As I told you, multiple मिल सकता है अपने को ना. Suppose कि मैंने दे दिया a is equals to x square plus x ले लो, है ना. a as function of x I've given you. अब मेरे को चाहिए find v as a function of x. Let's suppose I've given you a as a function of x. Find v as a function of x. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. a मेरे को पता है क्या हो जाएगा जी. v and x. a will be how much? v dv upon dx. And that should be equals to how much? X square plus x. So v dv is equals to x square plus x times of dx कर दो. तो v square by 2 after integration कर दो both the side. v square by 2 should be how much? x cube by 3 plus x square by 2 अपना जो भी है. तो v should be how much? अब जो भी रिलेशन आ गया v should be 2 upon 3 x cube plus x square का अंडर रूट कर दो. That is the relation of v and x, है ना. तो ऐसे we can have so many relations, we can have so many questions, so many relations we can figure out from here. बहुत है. I'm sure you guys have noted it down. नहीं तो नोट कर लो, पॉज कर लो, note it down. एक और कर लेते हैं, है ना. एक और अच्छा वाला क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं. Let's suppose if I give you v a is equals to v square plus 2v. Let's say I give you a is equals to v square plus 2v. मेरे को चाहिए कि वेलोसिटी निकालो एट टाइम, वेलोसिटी में ए भी दे रखा है ना, चलो ऐसा करते हैं, लेट्स डू दिस वे, फाइंड वेलोसिटी एट टाइम t इज इक्वल टू कितना, 1 सेकेंड पे निकालो इसका वेलोसिटी. So what is given to you? You have been given AV is given. AV is given and you have to find what? Velocity at time t. So you have to find VT. अपने को AV दे रखा है और VT अपने को चाहिए. ठीक है ना जी, अच्छी बात है, कर लेते हैं इसको. तो A is what? You can try, pause कर लो, you can try the and then you can watch the lesson, you can watch the solution. ठीक है जी, I believe you have given it a try. Now let us do it together. साथ में करते हैं. A is what? dv upon dt. थोड़ा और इस तरफ से लिख लेते हैं, थोड़ा जगह बच जाएगा. A is equals to dv upon dt. We know that है ना. तो can you just say that dv upon dt should be what? V square plus 2 times of v. Then अच्छा, bring it this side, कोई नहीं जी. तो v square plus 2 times of v dv is equals to what? dt. इंटीग्रेट कर देते हैं ना. लेट्स पुट द लिमिट फ्रॉम 0 to v. 0 to v कर दो, 0 to t कर लेते हैं, है ना. और नाउ इफ यू लुक एट दिस इंटीग्रेशन, इफ यू रिमेंबर हाउ टू डू द इंटीग्रेशन, एक ट्राई करते हैं इसको. बट लुकिंग एट दिस आई कैन सिंपली से दैट आई कैन मेक इट अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर. कैसे? दिस इज गोना बी हाउ मच? v स्क्वायर प्लस 2 times of v plus 1 square. Subtract 1 square. I'm sure you guys must have done integration properly, नहीं तो अच्छे से कर लेना. dt 0 to t. This is one of the special type of integrals में आते हैं ये सब. So this is going to be how much? This should be 1 upon this entire thing would be v plus 1 का whole square minus 1 का whole square. For just to add to your knowledge, for your info, if you remember in integration we have this format, 1 upon x square minus a square का integration. dx should be how much? 1 upon 2 times of a log of x minus a upon x plus a फॉर्मेट होता है जी. इसका मॉडल लगा लो ऐसे, है ना. दिस इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ दिस फॉर्म. इसका इंटीग्रेशन वो होता है. ठीक है, वेल लेट्स नॉट गो इन दैट, वो अपना सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. तो ओवर हियर व्हाट इज x फॉर यू? फॉर यू दिस एंटायर थिंग इज x, दिस इज a इज 1. तो कितना हो जाएगा जी? 1 upon 2 a is 1, तो 1 upon 2 log of x minus 1, that is v plus 1 minus 1 upon v plus 1 plus 1, है ना जी. That should be equals to how much? t. Take it that side, so you should be having what? मैं directly लिख दूं, 1 minus 1 cancel, we'll be having what? v plus 2 is equals to 2 e to the power of 2t, e to the power of 2t, है ना. तो what are we looking for? We are looking for the velocity at any certain time which is 1. अब ठीक है, तो कर लो क्या है, if you want to sort of substitute जो भी करना है कर लो. Directly you can solve it from here, or else if you really want to get v in terms of et, अगर वो करना है आपको तो जी here we have, so v minus v e to the power of 2t is equals to e to the power of 2t, और ये हो गया t. Let us take the v common, it will be 1 minus e to the power of 2t is equals to 2 e to the power of 2t, है ना जी. v लिख लो, क्या दिक्कत है. तो v should be how much? 2 e to the power of 2 times of t, 1 minus e to the power of 2t. अब मेरे को जब भी पूछता है at any time if you want to find the velocity, I can easily find. So velocity at time t is equals to 1 second. Put कर the value जी. So velocity should be how much? 2 e to the power of t is 1, तो e square, और नीचे कितना हो गया? 1 minus e square. Game over. That's it, है ना. So likewise we can have plenty of relations, but of course it's not going to be beyond those 30 relations, है ना. उसी में होगा and you can solve it. Relation क्या करना है? a is equals to dv upon dt and a is equals to v dv upon dx. Using these two and concept of your differentiation and the integration, you should be able to manage every such things, है ना जी. ठीक है, so we'll stop here only. Next I would try and maybe we can deal with the graphs, or we can deal with the relative velocity in one dimension, relative motion in one dimension करेंगे हम लोग. So only two parts is left now. Graph of course damn important, and relative motion in one dimension. and then we'll jump to the 2-dimensional, फिर दो second dimension में jump करते हैं. I believe you guys are understanding it. If you like my videos, do share and subscribe, and also don't press to hit the notification bell icon, for you'll get the latest update from me on this physics safari. All good. So till then, keep learning, keep studying. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.